What's going on, guys? CrustyKs here from the Gold Boys Network. Excited to talk about Week 8 in college football. We're going to have 3 videos this week. This one going through Tuesday to Wednesday, then a Thursday to Friday, and then a Saturday. Without further ado, let's jump into this thing. First one on this Tuesday slate is Troy traveling to South Alabama. South Alabama laying 13.5 points at home. I do lean that way, but that's not where I went in this one. For me here, I like South Alabama team total over 34.5. Really just boils down to this offense has been kind of hit or miss. I mean, we saw obviously like 120 points combined between the two games against an FCS and App State. And they've laid 2 kind of stinkers, if you will. One against LSU, which, I mean, it's to be expected. And the second one coming against Arkansas State, which, like, sneakily, their defense actually been kind of decent. I don't want to say it's expected, but, I mean, it wasn't like it was that unexpected, I guess, because, like I said, Arkansas State's been kind of sneaky defensively. South Alabama did throw a red zone pick, and I believe they had 2 or 3 penalties on, like, drives that probably led to points had they not gotten penalties. So just a bit uncharacteristic for them. They are one of the more disciplined teams in the Sun Belt. So I really just like them to score here. Like I said, I'm a big Gio Lopez guy. I like Pritchard at receiver. I like Kentrell and Fluff at running back. And you're going to face a Troy team who, in terms of EPA, 118th in EPA per rush and 128th in EPA per dropback. So, I mean, this team is brutal this season. Definitely night and day from the Troy teams we're used to seeing. And I really think that South Alabama kind of gets right here and gets their offense going. So give me the South Alabama team total over 34.5. Rolling into the next one here. This one's kind of nasty. Kennesaw State traveling to Middle Tennessee. So this is 0-5 Kennesaw State taking on 1-5 Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee is a 10-point favorite. I looked at this game quite a bit. It is one that I'm definitely intrigued by. It's kind of nasty. I'm sure most people don't want to bet on it, but sometimes these nasty ones, I think you can find some like sneaky value. So, I mean, obviously, Kennesaw State moved up to the FBS. They've struggled, haven't looked good. But you're playing a Middle Tennessee team here who's given up a lot of points, over 40 points per game. One of the worst defenses in the conference, just like Kennesaw State. So, I mean, for me here, a 10-point spread just seemed absolutely ridiculous. So I'm gonna take a shot on Kennesaw State plus the 10, and I'm going to sprinkle on Kennesaw State money line. You look at their schedule, and if they're going to win an FBS game, it's going to be this game, or it's going to be against UTEP in, like, I think it's 3 weeks, because they're not winning the other games. So this is going to be one of your best opportunities to win a game in the FBS. Obviously, no team wants to go winless. No team wants, I mean, they obviously want to win more than one game, but you got to get the first one, you know, to say you got the first one. So, in my opinion, this is a great one to try and get it at. Kennesaw State, the offense obviously just as abysmal as the defense. So there's a bit of concern there, but I think you're also playing a team that is more like on their level, if you will. So I really think they can, you know, put up some points here. I really think they can hang in this game. Like I said, potentially win. Kennesaw State's a gritty team. I like their coach. Really think that, you know, they're going to be up for this game because this, like I said, this is a game where I feel that they should feel they can win this game. This is a winnable game. Vadiato at quarterback from Middle Tennessee. Yes, he leads Conference USA in passing yards, but I believe he also leads Conference USA in interceptions. So the turnovers will be there. The opportunity to get points for Kennesaw State will be there. Their special teams has been really good. They just had a kick return last week against Jacksonville State, or 2 weeks ago, yeah, because they have a bye. So this is a team that just has to find ways to score, find ways to, you know, get opportunities to have the ball, you know, have the ball offensively. And I think this game will offer them a lot of those. Like I said, Middle Tennessee has the worst turnover differential in Conference USA. So I think there's an edge to be had here. I think 10 points is far too many. I like the plus 10. Like I said, I'm sprinkling on the money line. Kennesaw State gets their first win in the FBS on Tuesday night. The last one we're going to talk about for Tuesday, Louisiana Tech traveling to Las Cruces, New Mexico State. Notoriously a tough place to play, but man, oh man, I do not know if it's going to matter this time. So coming into this one, New Mexico State's running like a dual quarterback thing with Marcucci and I can't remember the other guy's name, Awad or something like that. But neither guy has been good. This team is terrible offensively. If we're looking at EPA, if we're looking at just all the stats, offensively they are 133rd in EPA overall, 132nd in rush, and 130th in dropback. So not a lot of success to be had here. Obviously, Louisiana Tech, not elite defensively, but against the run so far this season, they're allowing under 3 yards per carry against like their same level opponents, like in conference play and like not the Power 5, because they put NC State, which, I mean, honestly, they handle NC State pretty well, to be completely honest with you. But Just leaving that out and focusing on like their same level of competition, 2.7 yards per carry allowed on the ground. And that's big for me here because New Mexico State, obviously one of the higher rush rates in all of college football. They want to run the football, and I don't think they're going to have success doing it against this Louisiana Tech front. Louisiana Tech, did I say the spread? They are 10.5-point favorites here. I'm going to lay the 10.5 on the road. Louisiana Tech minus 10.5. Bullock has looked really good. He looked really good in his last start against Middle Tennessee. I expect more of the same here against the New Mexico State defense, who could be worse than Middle Tennessee's defense. I think he's going to sling it. I think he's going to be able to do whatever he wants. I think the running backs will get going. This is another big game for the Louisiana Tech offense to find success. If you're looking at New Mexico State, like I said, they want to run the football. I don't think they find success doing so. And another issue here, it's going to be the same issue they had against Jacksonville State, where Louisiana Tech generates quite a bit of pressure from their front four. And we saw what Jacksonville State did when they generated pressure. It was an absolute nightmare for New Mexico State, and they couldn't put anything together, couldn't consistently score points, and ultimately Jacksonville State blew them out. I see this game going a similar direction. Like I said, New Mexico State at home, normally, I would say, it's going to get weird. They're going to find a way to keep it close. But looking at this team, looking at what they've done so far this season, I just don't see it. I don't see the consistent points coming, and I don't see them stopping Louisiana Tech consistently. I think Louisiana Tech in for another big day offensively. So moving on to Wednesday, we have a 2-game slate here. The first one, Western Kentucky traveling to Sam Houston State. Western Kentucky is a 3-point dog right now. At the time of recording this, Western Kentucky on the money line. That's where I'm going. Plus 140 is currently the best price as I'm recording. I like Western Kentucky. Velkamp has looked really good. The Sam Houston team, defensively, on paper, they look good. But I'm going to say this right now. Against Texas State, Jordan McLeod did whatever he wanted. That offense looked fantastic. Ultimately, Texas State gave them that game. Now you're going to face a Western Kentucky team who's been really good against the run so far this season. Top 50 in yards per carry allowed, top 50 in EPA against the rush. And obviously Sam Houston State, another team that wants to run the football. I think they're going to struggle here, and I think if they're forced to pass, that's exactly what Western Kentucky wants. Even though Western Kentucky hasn't been great against the pass, you're going to force a team that doesn't want to throw the ball to throw the ball. And that's usually a recipe for disaster. So give me Velkamp. Give me this Western Kentucky offense. I think they handle business here in Sam Houston. I think they pick up a huge win in this conference. Like I said, I just don't think the Sam Houston secondary is good. On paper, you look at it, they do look good, but they haven't played a lot of teams who want to throw the football. And you're going to face a team now similar to Texas State who's going to sling it all over, and I'm not sure they can do anything to stop it. So give me Western Kentucky here on the money line. The last one on this Wednesday slate, FIU traveling to UTEP, I believe it is. It is at UTEP. Let me just confirm. Yes. So FIU traveling to UTEP. FIU is a 5.5-point road favorite. Is this not one of the craziest lines you've ever seen? When I saw this line, well, it actually opened at 1.5. It has since moved a bit because it looks like McConnell is likely going to be out for UTEP, barring a miracle here. To me, that's a big deal because McConnell is the far more competent quarterback there for this team. The other quarterback, his name escapes me right now, but he is the transfer from Austin Peay. And assuming McConnell is out, I am willing to lay the 5.5 with FIU. That is a disgusting bet. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I said it, I felt like I was gonna kind of throw up a little bit, but that's what I like. So I can't think of the guy's name. But anyway, the backup quarterback, he was the starter when the season started. He got benched for McConnell because he's terrible. And I don't think he can keep this team in this game. FIU impressed me quite a bit against Liberty. The defense looked pretty good. The offense looked competent. The running backs can get it going against this UTEP team. Obviously, the defense is terrible. And Keon Jenkins should be able to find some success throwing the ball. They have some decent receivers on the outside for this FIU team. This feels like a game where they get one. And like I said, I loved it at the minus 1.5. Of course, I was not expecting McConnell to be basically ruled out. And the line, I lost the line, obviously. We've now got up to 5.5. But I think minus 5.5, anything under a touchdown, I think it's still worth it in my opinion. I just don't see how UTEP hangs in this game. If you don't believe me, go back and watch some of the early games from this UTEP team. That quarterback from Austin Peay is a disaster. Looks like me out there, and that's not a good thing. So give me FIU minus 5.5. It's a gross play. I think it's the right play. like FIU to kind of build some momentum here after that game against Liberty, which honestly I think they should have won. Just couldn't get it done in overtime. It's unfortunate, but like I said, I like the direction this FIU team is heading, and you're going to face a UTEP team who probably the worst team in the conference. So give me FIU minus 5.5. That does conclude the Tuesday, Wednesday slate, though. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's keep cashing. As always, you can get all of my official plays at goldboys.com. If you have a gambling problem, don't want to hurt a gambler. Thank you, guys.